Hey, what's up, everybody? This is yours truly, D Hicks, hashtag D professional SGL. So it's raining out here in the city of Beaumont. But I did say that I needed to do a public service announcement on the page today. So as promised, at 1800, I'm on camera to let you all know what the public service announcement is. So this year, NCOPD Live will be 10 years old, right? 10 years ago, the TPSGL started this podcast, man, and never thought that it would even go. It wasn't even supposed to be a podcast, right? 10 years ago, TPSGL started the podcast. Never would have thought that it would even be what it was. And I can't even say officially 10 years ago, I started a podcast. I just started going live, right? So this year on the Army's birthday, the podcast NCOPD Live will be 10 years old, man. And I will tell you, it's an honor to come to you all every week, giving relevant content. Sometimes it may be controversial, sometimes it may not be. The whole thing about not everybody agreeing with what we talk about on the show, but it's been an honor to come on here every Wednesday and give you all relevant content, man. And then got to shout out my team, from KP to Oz, to Coach K, man, they always, when they get opportunity to come on here, they come on here and produce relevant content as well. So the public service announcement that the TPSGL is announcing today is June 18th of 2025 will be the final show of NCOPD Live, right? The TPSGL is retiring. My projected retirement date right now is 30 September 2025. So on the 11th birthday of NCOPD Live, that's June 18th of 2025, that will be the last show of NCOPD Live. Now, that's a lot of time between now and then, right? So it's a couple of things that the TPSGL would like to do before NCOPD Live goes off the air. There's a couple of people I want to interview, and I'm going to reach out to them. But it's been a great ride, and the reason I came to this decision is that when I retire, where my life is going to go afterwards. I'm going to need all the time that I can get to transition into the next phase of my life. And I don't want to put my hands on something or be doing something that I'm not fully committed to. So after I've sat and thought about things and looked at, the trajectory of where my life is going to go after I come out of the military, and I thought that it would be best that if I discontinue the podcast, the page will still be up and available. There will still be things that will be put out there on the page because those that are still serving that are a part of the team can still go on and post. But as for me, as the TPSGL, June 18th of 2025, I think that is a Wednesday. That will be the last show for NCOPD Live, man. And I can't tell you all enough, and you'll probably hear me say this again and echo this throughout the time that I'm probably going to be, coming on camera. I can't thank you all enough for the overwhelming support that you all have shown me on this podcast. I've interviewed so many guests that have helped shape and mold this podcast to be what it was. I'm thankful to the ones that don't agree with what we do and come on and have open discussions and disagree with some of the things that we talk about on this page. I'm even thankful for you all because even you all hold the piece to making this podcast, be what it is. So I can't thank you all enough. Hey man, I appreciate it, Mark. I really do. I appreciate it, man. And it's gonna be hard to let it go, which is why I gave myself some time to be able to start scaling back and pulling myself back and prepare myself for the next transition. So there's some emails that I'm going to be having the team send out to some individuals that I would love to interview within the next coming year, but that is the public service announcement. So I am, you know how some people they'll reach out to you like, hey man, are you sure that you want to get rid of the podcast? I am 100% sure that it is time for me to prepare to transition to, my life after the military. I thought about real quick before I get off, I thought about passing it on to someone else, and I reached out he's not gonna be upset if I say his name. I reached out to Oz. Oz is he's not one of my anonymous advisors, but Oz is one of my closest senior advisors to me, right? And I reached out to Oz, about him taking over the show. I thought that he would be befitting to take over the show, man. And we shared some thoughts on that. And after talking to him, we both think that it's best that once I walk away from it, that needs to be it. So, but they'll still have access. KP and him will still have access. I'll still have access. If I hear something, I'll throw it out there, but I will not be doing any more live content. All of the content will forever remain on this page. So if you always want to go back and use it as a reference, feel free, to do so. But 11 years will be befitting for me to walk away. And I've been doing this podcast for over half of my career. When I retire, it will be 21 years of active federal service. And I will have done doing this podcast for 11 of those 21 years. So everybody that knows me, this podcast is near and dear to me. The way it came about and just to see how it has grown and has taken off. And, like I said, the guests that we have interviewed on here, it's been a great ride. And I am going to enjoy the last ride of being on this podcast. So just know from me to you all, I really do appreciate it. Everything, like I said, the support that you all have shown me. And every time I come on this camera between now and June 18th of 2025, I will continue to give you all my all in all. Again, I appreciate it. I didn't want to make this as a post, but I wanted to come on and do this video to let you all know what's going on. So I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to, transitioning out. So I will be seeing you all soon. It's a short public service announcement. Oh, y'all know the motto. See, look, I'm talking about getting rid of the podcast. I'm about to get off the podcast and they ain't even said my motto. I'm already checking out. No, I'm just playing. If you see something wrong and you fail to do something about it, then you have just created a new standard. And at the end of the day, that issue is never with you. That issue is with the standard. This has been yours truly, the one and only Tpsgl, coming at you with a public service announcement. Thank you again. I will be seeing y'all soon. Have a good one.